Welcome back, everybody, to Boss Cat Crypto. My name's Mike, and this is a very important video. I've got 5 subjects that I want to talk about. We're going to go over those in order, and we're going to talk about a few things at the end as well. Number 1, we're going to talk about the state of the market. We're experiencing a little bit of an NFT pullback, and that is not just a CNFT thing that is happening in NFTs as a whole. We're going to talk about the details of that. We're going to talk about the price of ADA and how that affects that, and how they tie in together, and why people take profits at certain times, and what we can do about it to stay on top of our game. We're going to talk about which projects have held up the best during this pullback, and I'm going to go over with you a few of the best buys in the market right now on a downturn. We'll talk about those in detail as well. We're going to talk about a little bit of how we can all help the CNFT space in particular grow together. I've got a cool little strategy that I want to share with you guys. I think if we all start to really think this way and do these things and take a few minutes out of our day when we watch certain videos to help draw attention to this space, I think that could be a very, very good thing. We're going to talk about the Lazy Llama giveaway that I'm doing in the video that is still going on, the last video that I posted about lazy llamas. I have not given that llama away, and there's details as to why. I want that particular video to get a little bit more attention. I want that video to get more people to it and more comments involved, because I'm picking this based on comments. There's a few things in there that you have to qualify to get that. We're going to talk a little bit about why, for whatever reason, YouTube is deleting comments. I've had trouble with this myself on other people's videos, and now it's happening to my video, and I just wanted to alert you guys that that opportunity is still live. It is still valid, and unfortunately, you guys, I hate to say this, and I hate to even do this. I'm going to save this last part for the end of the video for those of you who don't really care to hear anything about this, but I want to share with you my personal experience as to why I was into a project and I am no longer in that project, because they had a terrible, disastrous mint, and things just didn't go well. The community was very toxic, and I'm going to share a little bit about you with my experience, because as a content creator, people who I send people to certain projects, I highlight certain projects, I talk about the good things about those projects, and when they do not deliver and when they handle things horribly like this particular project did, I think it's important to talk about it, because those are the kinds of things that I think we should stay away from. Where we work real hard to get whitelists, and when they don't go well, it's not a good look. And a little bit of negativity can also highlight some positivity, because it highlights the better projects that we are into. Those things are all good. We want to put our hard-earned money where they belong. So stick with me, you guys. That's what we're going to run through here. And so let's just start out with the state of the market. Yes, NFTs are having a little bit of a pullback right now. Some people are a little bit worried about it. I think there's a lot of new people to the NFT space, or crypto in general. And I want to give you my perspective as somebody who's been in crypto for 6 years, and how these things ebb and flow, and how I've seen them play out over time. Now, we know that the crypto market was experiencing quite a bit of a dip, and the crypto market and the NFT market, they are linked together. It seems as if when crypto's down, NFTs have this explosive run. Now, I'm not saying it's limited to just that, because I think NFTs are here to stay. I think they're making a lot of noise. I mean, NFT news is all over the place. It's all over the world. Everything is jumping into NFTs, becoming an NFT, integrating NFTs. So it's not directly correlated, but I will say this. I've seen this happen many times. So again, there was a massive pullback in crypto. ADA, our beloved native token in CNFT land here, was right around $1. It was looking more like a stable coin for a while. And, at $1, it's easy to gauge what you're investing in and how many ADA as opposed to how many dollars you're using to get into or out of said NFT project. Well, when the market had this nice little explosive upturn, because it was very, very oversold, and I do believe that crypto is going to continue to make a bit of a comeback here. But as that happens, we saw ADA explode upwards of almost 22% at its peak about a week ago, maybe 5 days ago. So, look, people have made a lot of profits. Okay, people call paper hands, this, that, or whatever. Look, we're all here to stack that ADA. We love our NFTs. Some of them we're going to be holding for life. I know I'll be holding a lot of my Boss Cats for life and my ADA apes, and some of these projects that I'm really in love with. But a lot of people look at this just as a from the perspective of an investor, right? So when you make 20% on your investment, taking some profits off the table is not a bad thing, because these people usually are people who are very smart, and they see things cyclically, right? They know that if they take some profits now, because other people are going to be doing the same thing, they can now take those profits and reinvest them in some of the projects back into NFT land, because those projects are having a dip. This is not a crash by any means. This is a dip. It's pullback. It's actually very healthy. It's the same thing with the crypto market. it has to breathe sometimes. So we have had such an explosive growth, particularly in the CNFT space, that I'm not surprised that there's a bit of a pullback, and I'm not worried about it at all. I'm certainly not going to capitulate and sell my NFTs for anything less than I bought them for. I'm going to hang on to them, and I'm actually going to be pouring into and buying some more of these during the dip. Now, remember, this is based on the price of ADA. A 22% swing is pretty significant. So don't worry, you guys. There's a ton of really good buys on the market right now. There's a lot of things going on, and we're definitely going to see a comeback. And I want to be talking a little bit about, I'm just going to go ahead and do this out of order here. I got my little cheat sheet right now. But look, if you guys want to help the NFT space grow, like I do. I'm a content creator, and I try to bring people, the best content, the best information that I possibly can. But look, I'm also a crypto guy, and I've talked about this a little bit before on some of my videos. But there's a lot going on. Some of these huge crypto YouTubers, they're, talking about NFTs big time. Some of them dedicated their entire channels to it. Some of them, they just simply talk about the NFTs and where it's going. I want to turn you guys on to somebody that I've been following for a long time, since he had like 10,000 subs. He's now up to Journey Crypto. He's up to 668,000 subs. This is a big time influencer on YouTube. He's a great guy, very, very in-depth and knowledgeable about the crypto space and the NFT space. He's one of the OGs that was really telling us, hey, NFTs are going to be a big deal, and that's exactly what happened. So why am I telling you this? Because he doesn't talk about CNFTs. He only really talks about Ethereum. He'll mention Solana every once in a while. You and I know, if you're watching this video, we know that the CNFT space is the best space to be in. We know the fees are cheap. We know the communities are great. We know everyone's collabing with each other. We get the least amount of rug pulls. This is the greatest space to be in, but we're like less than even 1%. Let that sink in, guys. We are less than 1% of the total volume that is happening in NFTs. It's all splashing around in the big boy land, in the Ethereum land. We all know that we hate paying Ethereum fees. I have ditched all my Ethereum NFTs, and I've brought all my capital over to the CNFT space for a reason. But again, why am I telling you this? Because when we watch these kinds of videos, you guys, what we need to be doing, and what I've been doing, practice what you preach, right? I've been in here and I've been getting on there and I've been commenting. I've been like, hey, don't ignore the CNFT space. Hey, or I'll talk about my favorite project or my top 3 projects in CNFT. Very important. People, it's so funny because people say, oh, Cardano NFT, yeah, those ones, yeah, you mint them for 40 ADA, and, you might triple your money, and there's not that many biggest sales, going on. I beg to differ. We had a 100,000 ADA sale on an ADA ape within their first week of being minted. We just had yesterday a 150,000 ADA sale of a top-ranked Boss Cat Rocket Club cat. We have Dead Pixels, who has also sold over a 150,000 ADA sale. We have Space Buds, who at the time, even though ADA was worth a lot less money, 500K ADA. This is no joke. If you look at today's value, 150,000 ADA is like 175,000 US dollars. So this is not child's play. This space is growing. It is important for us to get Ethereum NFT baddies to start looking at ours. Just take a peek, just take a look. How do we do that? We do that together. Myself as a content creator, you guys as content creator viewers, people who watch and leave comments. It doesn't take very much to get on there. And the more that we do these kinds of things, the more headway we're going to make, the more people are going to look. If we could just get 1%. Now I know that's aiming low, and I'm just saying for a start, if we could just get 1% of the volume, the multiple billions of dollars of transactions of volume on Ethereum to start coming over to Cardano, to the ADA space, can you imagine what that would do to our space? It's just a baby. It's still growing. The explosive growth, the best gains, and some of the best projects to be had in the NFT space are here in Cardano land. So please, I implore you guys to do these kinds of things. Take a look also at this particular video that was released yesterday by Journey Crypto. It's titled, "We Are Still So Early to NFTs." And he talks in depth in a way that I could probably really never could, because I'm so much different with the way I present things. But he tells you in depth for 11 minutes why the NFT space is just getting started. Why this little bit of a pullback is no big deal, and if you're gonna weak and you're gonna dime, or you're gonna paper hand your holdings, you're gonna be missing out, because when it comes back, it's gonna come back raging. Hey yo, let's go. All right, so enough of that rant there, you guys. Now, a little bit about some of what I think are the best projects in the CNFT space right now. I'm going to go over a couple with you, and the floor price is holding up very well. There's a massive dip. Now, some of these present opportunities. When there's a massive dip, like let's go say take ADA Ape Society. Gosh, this floor was over 700 just a few days ago, right before the explosive growth of Cardano itself. Now, personally, I think they grew a little bit too fast, and that's not knocking this project. You guys know this is one of my top 3 projects. I love ADA Ape Society. I love the community. I love the creators of this. I love the art. I love everything about ADA Apes. I'm diamond handing my apes. I haven't sold my apes. But if you see this floor price is less than half, it's under 300 now. It's less than half what it was just 5, 6, 7 days ago. Now, that creates a buying opportunity. This is a screaming deal in the Cardano space right now. So, you go check out those projects. You know this is a strong project. You know it's got a great community. You know that this floor price, when things come back, this is going to be the kind of thing where you're going to be able to double, triple your ADA holdings really quickly. This is a blue chip project. They've got a great team. Like I said, they had a 100K ADA sale. That's huge, you guys. Huge opportunities, right? So, we got the ADA Apes, and so let's look into some of the other projects that have held up pretty well during that. And I want to point out to you guys, of course, this is a Boss Cat channel, but Boss Cat being what I believe the number one CNFT project in the space. They do so many great things, you guys. These rocket parts are still holding up very well. That floor has not changed very much. What I want to show you here, and I talked about this in the video that I made specifically talking about the rockets, this floor is drying up, guys. Check this out. You can only, on the open market, there's only 7 left. And this price is climbing. It is not receding during this NFT little breather pullback. It is climbing. And I told you guys this is going to start drying up. Look at this buy right here, 20.5. I'm seeing anything under 20, 22,000 starting to get swooped up right away. Now, those opportunities are paper thin because when this one's gone, now you're jumping up into the 21, 22K, 25K. I've openly stated that I believe that anything under 25K is an absolute steal for a rocket because of all of what you get for that. I'm not going to go into detail here, but you can watch my previous video talking about the Boss Cat rockets, focusing on the rockets, why this is the best deal. Anyone who's afraid to toss around 25K thinking, oh my God, that's so much ADA. It's all about the value that you get with it. And with a 150,000 ADA sale yesterday on a Boss Cat, a top ranked Boss Cat, this is like incredibly, ridiculously cheap. I expect the floor to hit a minimum of 50K at some point this year, and I said minimum. Now, none of this is financial advice. This is just my perspective as to where the money in this space is going to begin to flow, especially when the floodgates open and everyone starts pouring back into the CNFT space. We're not going to go over the cats themselves, but another thing that I think is a really good deal and kind of coincides with a project that the floor has held up very, very well. You guys know I'm a huge fan of those lazy llamas. Check them out. So this floor really never got too high above 400, even in the peak of the peak. Even when ADA was growing and all these things were happening and the Cardano price was increasing, they were about 410, 420 at the most. Look at the floor. It has held up very well, 378. Okay, now compare this with ADA Apes, right, where they're screaming buy right now. This says something different to me. This tells me, and again, I take these kinds of things from my experience in the cryptocurrency world. When you see things start to dip and you look at certain projects and they haven't dipped anywhere near as much as the rest of the space as a whole, that is a very strong project. That says that it's setting a new floor. And so these projects as well, if you get into the right ones, you look at them and you think, okay, when this market starts to turn around again, which it always does, these are the projects that are going to benefit the most because they've set a new floor. This is accumulation. This is what we call accumulation in crypto land, right? People are accumulating llamas. We're going to go over that in detail a little bit more in this video later. There's reasons for that, but this project is strong. This project has one of the single best communities in the entire CNFT space. I love everything about them, what they're doing with their lazy island mint. Oh, there's a reason why people are diamond handing llamas. So when this market comes back, you can expect the lazy llamas to be there, and as well as the lazy serums, you guys. Now, this is quite the opposite. The floor on these has dropped a little bit. The tier 3s were getting as high as 450 at the peak. I've been swooping up these serums every chance I get. Anything between 300 and 400, I think, is a steal, because that the lab is about to open here in a couple weeks at the most, in February for sure. And the tier 3s are the only ones you can use. So this is a dip. Buy the dip. Again, not financial advice, but take advantage of the projects that you see that you think, okay, wow, there's a lot going on. They're integrated. You know, they've got strong communities. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and buy this. Look, you don't want to be selling, whether it's crypto, whether it's NFTs. You don't want to sell on the dips. You got to buy the dips. You got a dime in hand. You got to jump in when the water's nice and lukewarm, because it's going to get hot again, guys. It is going to get hot. I can tell you that. What other projects that I want to look around at? Quick little mention, I have not done this yet, but I'm going to be getting into OG Bears. I think I'm going to take my money from the previous project I said that I got out of. I'm going to go into OG Bears. I like more and more that I see this project, the more and more I like them. They got a great thing going on. One more thing that I did want to mention as far as it goes in good buys. The Dirt Birds, guys. I've mentioned Dirt Birds before. So undervalued, so underrated. This floor has held up extremely well during this dip. Now, they've partnered somehow in some way with cornucopias. That's going to be a huge drop, guys. That's going to be one of the biggest drops of the year, in my personal opinion. They suspended their mint because they want some things to clear up with the congestion that we're having, and that's cool. I'm not going to go too much into detail about the partnership, but Dirt Birds, guys, I have a feeling that this project's going to be special. I have a feeling this is going to be a blue chip. It's just one of those things where you look at it and you just go, this is cool. They've got many tiers. I've covered them before. And, let's move on here a little bit. What else do I have to talk about? We talked about the big sales that are going on. We talked about how the space can grow, how you guys can help by getting in on other people's YouTube channels and getting some attention over here. And, unfortunately, it is time for me to share with you guys my experience with what went wrong. Before I do that, actually, let's just keep things going in the right direction, because like I said, I'm going to save that for the very last. I don't even like talking about these things, but I just have to. I think I'll feel better about myself if I do that. I want to go over the latest sneak peek here that came out from Blue Magic. So this is highlighting a project's strength. This is highlighting what a project does to get you involved, to keep you involved, and to continue to keep you involved. And that's what makes a project super strong, and that's why they don't suffer when there's pullbacks like this. But this is a perfect example of constant innovation, constant forward thinking, constant just developing things in the right way. This is from Blue Magic. He said he's done a few minor renovations to the house. He's going to be giving that away, by the way, talking about making a helicopter pad and a roof garden deck. Now he says here, I was serious when I mentioned before, I'm going to raffle this entire house, now including a unique Blue Magic helicopter NFT, to a very lucky true diamond hand holder of Boss Cats, Full Rockets, and Boss Planet property. We all know that the 213 whitelist is happening on the 13th of February, just a couple days from now. It's the biggest drop, I think, of the year right now. It's going to be huge. This raffle is going to take place in May. And here are the qualifications. What we'll consider for this entry is the following. Number of Boss Cats held for at least 2 months, number of Full Rockets, and number of Boss Planet properties held for at least 1 month. Now I'm going to stop right there. He's raffling off this entire thing to one of the lucky participants and holders, diamond holders of this project. So what is that going to create here? More scarcity. With the Boss Planet drop, there's only dropping 12,600 of those. Approximately 200 of them are going to be available for public. They're going to go in 2 seconds. They're going to be gone. So this gives a lot of incentive for people who maybe were going to buy as much land as they possibly could and just flip it on the market, make their 5x, make their 10x, which I've openly stated I think is a huge mistake, because everything that Boss Planet has done, that Boss Cat Rocket Club has done, has minimum 100x. People were buying Boss Cats at a 20 ADA mint. The floor price at its peak was over 3,400. That's over a 150x. The rockets themselves, they were a 35 ADA mint. The floor price got as high for just a rocket part, upwards of just under 9,000 ADA. Full rockets are a steal at 20,000 plus ADA, well over 100x as well. I'm not saying in particular that Boss Planet is going to 100x, but they're not even going to release the rest of the allotted planet lots. They're going to be releasing them over a 5-year period. So this initial drop of this Boss Planet land is going to carry a massive premium. There are 9 districts. There's going to be certain ones located closer to things like this are going to carry a premium. I think now with this announcement, again, innovation at its best, incentive to diamond hand a project, incentive to hold. Don't maybe flood the market with your precious Boss Planet land, because now this can mint you. This gives you a chance at something that I think is going to be worth a lot of money, guys. A lot of money. This is a unique one-off opportunity, and they're giving it to their community. I cannot say enough. We will pick the top 50 members using this criteria, and once again do a fair on-chain raffle to draw the lucky winner. Whoever that is, and I hope it's me, not gonna lie, good on you guys for doing this. Blue Magic, you're the most innovative man in the space. We trust you. We love what you're doing. This certainly gives me some incentive to hold on to my Boss Planet land, as if I didn't need to enough, because I'll be developing in there for my own NFT project that I'm working on with Boss Cat Kung. But this is going to create a supply and a demand offset. So keep an eye on that Boss Planet, you guys. It is going to absolutely crack. Now, let's get back to a page that I'm comfortable with. You guys know that I just like to be right here. All right, so a couple days ago, you guys, a certain project went very south. I am not going to name this project in particular because I'm not a FUD spreader. I don't want other people, not that my channel is big enough to influence this kind of stuff, but I don't want to hurt people that are still involved with this project. It didn't go horribly for everybody. It went horribly wrong for me. Look, it's one thing to mess up a mint. It's another thing to, when I jumped in there on the comment section, kind of asking around, finding out what's going on, a little bit of toxicity. So I start talking a little bit about my experience and how, I'm a content creator, and I'm concerned because other people have been watching my videos and they've been going to do the same thing that I was doing, because I mentioned how to qualify for this whitelist, and they basically, for lack of better terms, shat all over the people such as myself who worked really hard to get into this whitelist mint. And again, I understand congestion, I understand things go wrong, but the way the team handled it didn't seem to care at all. And what's worse to me, because what's so important in this space is the community of the NFT project you are involved in. This community went so sour so fast on not just myself, but other people in the comments. I mean, they bashed me up and down, accused me of being a privileged, person by tossing around the fact that I'm a content creator, even though I calmly explained, hey, I have a responsibility to the people that I make content to. I take every one of my subs, every single one of you is important to me. I don't exist without you. And projects need to realize that they don't exist without you either. Your hard-earned money can be spread across a plethora of wonderful projects that have a lot to offer. Lazy Llamas is one of them. Boss Cat Rocket Club is one of them. There are so many amazing projects in this space, you guys. You don't need to be involved in a toxic community. So I went ahead and I dumped everything that I had under floor price, because I don't give a crap anymore. I don't care that I may have lost a couple hundred ADA. No big deal. I will not support those kinds of things, and I will not keep you guys from understanding that not every project in this space delivers on their promises. Not every project knows how to handle their community and treat their people the way they ought to be treated, the way I would treat you guys just for being subs, which is why I'm even bringing this to you. I could care less that I missed out on a couple of measly NFTs that are barely even hanging above the floor price. If that was a problem, I'd go do a floor sweep. But I'm not touching this project. I've sold out of this project. There are many more better things to do. It left a very sour taste in my mouth. Not enough for me to go out there and call them out specifically, because like I said, other people are still there. Good luck to you. Best of luck to you. When a project shows its true colors, you can expect kind of more of the same in the future. And hopefully they've learned from this. I don't want them to fail, because other people get hurt by that. I could care less. This is not vindictive. This is about just teaching, living, and learning. I personally have learned a lot from this, because you guys know, and I don't talk about it too much, I'm not trying to shill anything. I'm working on my own project, and I know it's going a little bit slow because I'm trying to do everything right. I learned from this experience, and I can promise you that that will never take place on my project. on any of my projects in the future. I care very much about everybody, and I would certainly not handle it that way. And if anyone in my community started handling things the way some of their people, and these aren't just average people in the community. Sure, there were Joe Schmoes in there that were just, popping off, but these are people who were ranked within that particular project. They had higher ups. These higher ups were acting like a bunch of children, a bunch of babies. They pushed me and they pushed other people out of that project. So enough said about that. We're done with that. Be careful where you put your money at. Last thing before we leave you guys, let's go back to the lazy llamas. All right, you guys. Now, tomorrow, which would be, the 11th at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. on the West Coast for people like myself. I don't know when this is happening around the rest of the world, but Lazy Llamas is doing their Lazy Island drop. This is going to be big, you guys. I've always said that I'm pretty much willing to invest in any land metaverse project, especially on Cardano. Well, only Cardano, because that's all I care about. But this one's going to be big. There's 20,000 plots available. If you do them in multiples of 9, you can get a chance to get these estates. They're going to be bigger plots. They've already successfully, now here's a project who has been on top of their things and done as they promised. They delivered. I got a bunch of lazy tokens. I got thousands of lazy tokens airdropped into my wallet where I hold my llamas. These things are going to be interactive on Lazy Island. It's happening on Ada Realm. I also think Ada Realm, as far as a land project, is very undervalued in the Cardano space. Go take a look at that. You have to get whitelisted. You want to be, I think there's still a little bit of availability. And some people are thinking that 20,000 plots is too much. I think it's not. I think it's perfect. I think there's a huge demand. I think this is going to sell out. I think there's going to be enough for the public mint. So if you miss out on the whitelist, I believe the public mint is going live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So go take a look at that. Get what you can. They're only minting for 36 ADA. But why I'm telling you this is because this is a project I can count on. This is a project I can trust. This is a project I'm involved in. I'm an ambassador for them. I've spoken with the team members. These guys are amazing. The complete opposite of the experience I had with the unspoken project that I just mentioned. And, this is going to be big across the board. So you want to get into the projects that have potential. You want to get into projects that are forward thinking and always have something coming down the road. When the road stops, it's time to move on. So I think I've said enough here, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention about my Lazy Llama video. Go check out the video. It's still live as of this date right now. I'm giving away a llama. The team Papa Llama, shout out to you. They gave me a free llama to give away to my subscribers, which I think is super cool because I want to start giving away more things. The problem and the reason I mention this is because for whatever reason, YouTube is taking down a lot of those comments. And we all know that happens from time to time. I know that I've left my own comments on other people's videos and like, where'd my comment go? Like, I've been trying to get a hold of Justin and DZ. I want to work with those guys. And every time I leave a comment down there, it seems to disappear. So I don't know what's going on, you guys. Just want to let you know nothing fishy's going on. This isn't rigged. This is going to go to the right person, I believe. I'm going to be looking at the comments. I'm going to take what I believe to be the most genuine one. To qualify, you have to be a Discord member on the Lazy Llama Discord. You have to like the video. You have to be my subscriber. You have to leave a comment, and you have to share this with somebody. It's really not that hard. But for whatever reason, a lot of people have been DMing me, telling me, hey, my comment disappeared. I don't know what's going on. I don't either, you guys. So I'm sorry about that. But because of that, this is still open. I'm not going to be giving away that llama until there's a good chunk of comments to choose from, so it can be kind of like a more fair process. I don't know any of these people personally. I only have relationships on Discord, but I believe that this should go to somebody who's a diamond hand llama holder and somebody who's kind of, really, really pro and very active in the Lazy Llama Discord. That's the only hint I can give you guys. So anyways, God bless you all. Peace. Don't worry, the NFT space is going to be making a comeback. It's just a little bit of a breather, and then we're on to some bluer skies. Trust me, I've seen this happen before. We're in the right spot. Go out there and tell people to take a look at the CNFT space before the boom. Peace.